Today we're going to be making one of my favorite dishes, stuffed tilapia with crab imperial. We're going to start off by making the imperial sauce, which is going to go in the crab mixture as well as be drizzled on top of the dish at the end. Imperial sauce has a lot of the same ingredients that you'll find in a crab cake mix. And though there are many variations of this recipe, I wanted to keep this one simple so that anyone at home could make this dish. If you're unfamiliar with Old Bay, it's a seasoning used in a lot of recipes in the mid-Atlantic area, especially Maryland. It's got a spicy kick, but it also has a very salty flavor that lends well to any seafood or poultry. So now that we've got everything together, we're just going to go ahead and whisk it up. And then we're going to pour it into a squeeze bottle so that we can reserve the sauce for later. If you don't have one of these squeeze bottles, it's not mandatory, but it does help the process. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. Since we're heading into the holiday season, I figured I'd add a little red and green to the dish. So we're adding a little bit of roasted red pepper, which will add just a mild flavor to the dish. If you don't like it, go ahead and leave it out. And then we're going to also chop up some fresh parsley. Again, if this isn't for you, just go ahead and set it aside and don't worry about it. You'll see that I left a little bit of the imperial sauce in the bowl and didn't use a new one. So that'll help us get the dish started when we add our crab meat. Now I'm using jumbo lump fresh crab meat, which is a little bit expensive and it can be hard to find. If all you have is pasteurized, that's not a problem. But if you are using fresh, go ahead and gently pick through the crab meat to make sure there are no shells. Now it's time to add that imperial sauce. We're going to gently with a spatula fold it in, and we just want to coat the crab meat. We don't need a lot of the imperial sauce. We're going to save the rest for later. So we're going to set this aside and start working on the fish. Now I did have one piece of halibut, and what I'm going to do with this is keep it simple, and we're just going to stuff the crab meat right on top. See, that looks great. Now on to the tilapia. You'll see the tilapia has a thinner side and a thicker side. You're going to want to drag the knife at a 45-degree angle, opening up just one side, and then we're going to score the fish. This will help it cook evenly. Once you've made the cut, you can go ahead and take a handful of the crab meat and place it right down the center. You'll see that one side is left open and one side is stuffed in. And then we can just go ahead and put this on the parchment paper and set it aside for baking in a few minutes. This method, we're going to cut again and make a 45-degree angle, and again we're going to score the fish. This time we're going to flip it over, put the crab meat in the middle, and then we're going to go ahead and roll this fish up. So we'll just put the crab meat right in the center there, and then using our hands we'll just kind of fold it up and roll it up, and that will bake up perfectly. This fourth method may be the trickiest, but I think looks the best in the end. What we're going to do is we're going to make a 45-degree cut on both sides, opening up the fish and then stuffing the crab meat right down the middle in the center. This last method gives you the same look as the previous cut, except is much simpler to execute. You just slice right down the middle and then fold over the two pieces and then go ahead and just stuff the crab meat right in the center. No one will know that you didn't butterfly it open. Now that we have all of our fish on the parchment paper, we're just going to go ahead and dust it with a light seasoning of Old Bay, and then we're going to bake it off at 450 degrees for about 8 minutes. After that, we're going to pull the fish out, and we're going to take that imperial sauce that we reserved from earlier and just go ahead and drizzle it over the crab meat and over the fish. And then we're going to bake it again for about 2 minutes on broil, just until it's ready to go. Once the fish is broiled, it'll have a nice golden color from the imperial sauce on top. You can use as little or as much of the imperial sauce as you like. As you can see, now that I pulled it out, it's got that beautiful golden color we were looking for, and we can go ahead and plate these up. Now I went ahead and I picked this one because it was my favorite. The fish is very delicate, so I do recommend using a fish spatula for this. And now all of your hard work is about to be rewarded with this tasty stuffed fish crab imperial dinner. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this dish, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can go ahead and hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. For more recipes, go to culinarylion.com. We'll see you next time.